For absolute values inequalities, we're going to have two types, types A and types B. So for type A, you see that we have ax plus b less than c. And for type B is greater than c. So that's a big difference. If I change it to less than or equal to c, then we just change the sign. We just go from parenthesis to bracket, include or not include. Okay, so for type A, what do? So we drop the absolute values and then we add the negative c to the left side. So we have the exact same thing on the right side, and then we add negative c right there. For type B, you drop. For both type, you drop and you have the inequality from the beginning. And then for this one, we have the opposite. So you're going to have the change in sign right here. So you have that sign and you have the negative there. And make sure this is OR. This is the intersection and this is the union. Right? So let's take a look at number 27. So for 27, I'm just going to solve it, not just graphing. So for 27, we have w plus 5, the absolute values of w plus 5, less than or equal to 5. So I drop the absolute values. This is clearly type A. And then I add it to the left side, negative 5. Okay, and now you can just solve it on both sides. So we have minus 5, minus 5, minus 5. So we have negative 10 here, less than or equal to w, less than or equal to 0. Notice that it has to make sense. You see w is in between negative 10 and 0. Makes sense, right? So I have negative 10 here, and I have 0 here. And then w is right in the middle. Okay, so if I want to write the interval notation, I would write negative 10 included, 0 included. Okay, so that's type A. For type B, which is number 28, I have absolute values of 5y plus 10 greater or equal to 15. Okay, so I drop the absolute values and I have that inequality, or, and this is something we add, right? So we have 5y plus 10 less than or equal to negative 15. So you change both and then you just solve them. So right here I have 5y with minus 10. So it's 5. So y greater or equals to 1. For this one, negative 15 minus 10 is negative 25. So y is negative 5. And then notice that we have OR here. So if I want to graph this, we include both numbers. So y greater is going to be this way, y less than is going to be this way. See, so there's always a gap for this type. And if you want to write the interval notation, it would be negative infinity to negative 5, bracket, union, bracket, 1, infinity, and you close it. Okay, notice that for the infinity, you always use parentheses. It's not a number, so you can't really include it. Okay, so make sure you use parentheses for negative infinity and positive infinity. Okay, now if I have something like number 29, so 5, absolute values y minus 2, minus 7 less than or equal to 23. Make sure before you drop the absolute values, make sure you isolate it first. So we have to add 7 just like absolute values equation. So you have to isolate the absolute values first. So I have 30 here, and then make sure you divide by 5. You divide by 5. So we ended up with y minus 2 less than or equal to 6. And now you see this is type A, so you can just add the negative 6 on the other side. And then we just solve it. Add 2, add 2, add 2. So we have negative 4 here, y, and we have 8 here. You see, so now you can see that our answer is right in the middle of negative 4 and 8. Okay. So if you want to write the interval notation, it would be negative 4, bracket for negative 4, and bracket for 8 as well.